Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing okay and staying safe and healthy. I am so excited to be sitting down and playing with today's eyeshadow palette, which is the Natasha Denona Mini Retro Palette. I could not wait to get my hands on this. As soon as I saw Natasha Denona announce this palette, I knew I had to have it. The tones are right up my alley and I just felt like I'm gonna get really good use out of it. I'm going to be doing two different looks with this palette today. I'm going to be doing more of like an olivey toned look and then more of like the pinky tones. As you guys can see, those are the two colors that are in this palette. So I figured I would just do two of them and show you guys this. And then in a separate video, I do plan on incorporating the Biba palette with this mini retro. If you guys are interested, then just stay tuned for that. But without further ado, if you guys are interested on seeing the looks that I create with this palette, then let's go ahead and jump into today's video. I did zoom you guys in closer, so I'm gonna go ahead and just like clip my hair out of the way a little bit. I cannot stand when I have hair on my face when I'm trying to do makeup. So just doing that. And if you guys see my skin, it's like really bad. And I have quite a bit of like breakouts and stuff that I'm dealing with. I think it's a foundation that made me break out. Before I say anything about it, I'm just trying to see what my skin does without wearing it for the next couple days. But we're gonna get started on the more olive toned look. So the first shade that I'm going to go into is this one, which is Industrial. And I am going to take that on a Luxie 250 large eye blending brush. And I am just going to work that on to my crease. If you guys see me holding up this Biba palette, it's because I'm using the mirror inside of here since the retro one doesn't have a mirror. So don't let that confuse you guys because I'm not touching this palette. I'm just using it for the mirror. So that shade blended out beautifully. That's definitely like a perfect everyday either transition shade or just all over the lid. I realize that I'm already messing up the tutorial because this shade right here is actually called Vintage Taupe. I cannot stand, one thing I just cannot freaking stand is when palettes are opposite back here. Like the shade that's up here is not the shade that's up here. It's like the shade that's down here is this shade up. Like I just hate when they flip-flop them. It confuses the crap out of me. So the shade that I just went in with, which is this one right here, is Vintage Taupe, not Industrial, okay? So just ignore that. Now that I've corrected myself, I'm going to use the shade 60s, which is this one right here, and I'm using a Sigma E38 brush. So I'm going to take that shade and tap off it, and I'm just going to work that onto my outer corner. Now the next shade I'm going to take in this palette is this green one right here, which is called Industrial. And I am going to take that on a brush. So this is the Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush. And I'm not taking this wet or anything. I'm just gonna take it dry and see how that kind of looks and see kind of the pigment in there. And I am going to take that just in the middle and leave, whoa. Holy cow, do you guys see how beautiful? Wow, I am like, that is a stunning shade. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that is dry. The shimmers inside of Natasha Denona palettes are really just like nothing I've seen in palettes before. I mean, to know that that's literally like dry, like applied dry, I can't even tell you how beautiful Natasha Denona shadows are. Honestly, I love that this shade isn't too green. Like it's a very silvery green color, so it's not like a pure green, but it's also not just silver. I just like how different that color is. That is just So stunning. All right, the next shade I'm taking is Galaxia, which is this one right here. And I'm gonna take it on a different brush. This is the Sigma Concealer F70 brush. It's a little bit smaller. And I'm gonna try this shade dry as well and kind of see what happens. This looks more of like a pressed pigment kind of shade, so I might need to apply it with my fingers or yeah, I'll probably apply this one with my fingers actually, because this one is more, yeah, I think that's gonna be a lot prettier with the fingers. Oh yeah, that color is stunning now that I applied it with my finger. Wow. Can you guys see how beautiful that shade is? You guys can see the difference between this eye that doesn't have the Galaxia color. It looks so crazy on top of that industrial shade because it's like a duochrome. But when you put it on top of that industrial shade, it's like, wow, that's just beautiful. Okay. So next I'm just gonna take a little bit of Vintage Taupe, and this is just a small Luxie brush, and I'm just gonna take it underneath down here. Honestly, there isn't much else to do. I'm just gonna put some mascara on, and I guess that'll be it for this first look. I love those colors. Wow. Wondering what mascara I'm using? This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras. Now that I finished applying mascara, this is look number 1, and I am just absolutely in love with the way this turned out. I think that green shade is just absolutely stunning, and the Galaxia shade is like just so different than what anything I have in my collection. The duochrome, and I mean, just to know that these were literally applied dry, like, that's just insane. I think it is so beautiful. The shades blended out perfectly, and I love this look. I don't even want to take it off to do the second one. So now we're moving on to look number 2. The sun keeps cutting in and out, so I apologize if the lighting is changing throughout the second half of this video, but as you guys can see, I removed the eyeshadow look and I'm starting fresh with just concealer and some powder on my eyes. The sun's back out, so we're going to go in with the shade Vintage Taupe, kind of start off the same way we did before and use that same Luxie brush just because that's the only shade that's on here, and I'm going to take that onto the crease. I'm really gonna try and be careful not to get a whole bunch of eyeshadow on my mascara because I don't want to have to like reapply mascara and then make it super chunky. I'm gonna build this up pretty good on my crease. Oh, I cannot wait to just use that shade as like an everyday all over the lid shade. I feel like I've built that shade up enough. I'm going to take this one, which is called Pixie. It's like that rose gold type of color. I went ahead and already cleaned off this brush right here, which is the Sigma eye shading brush that we use for this green one on the first look. So it's just a fresh brush now. I love these eyeshadows so much. This might be like one of my best purchases that I've had in a long time, because at this point I've tried every single eyeshadow inside of this palette and I can honestly say I'm obsessed with every single one of them. I'm gonna go back in with Vintage Taupe and just kind of blend those two shades together right at the crease. Wow, is this like a perfect everyday look or what? Now with that little Luxie brush we used, I'm just gonna take a little bit more of that Vintage and just put it underneath down here like we did in the first look. I'm moving you guys over just a tad because the sun is getting a little bit crazy over here, so. Okay, I almost just died. I'm all finished and this is look number 2. Let me know which one you guys liked better, look number 1 or look number 2. I honestly don't know which one I liked better. I love this palette so much. Like, I already know I'm going to get so much use out of it. I cannot wait to pair this palette with my Biba one. I feel like they're just going to go so perfect together. So that is all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel and watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope to see you all in my next one. Stay safe and healthy, you guys. Bye.